Welcome to my new virtual assistants, product listers, inventory managers, and photo organizers. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to having you. So, your responsibilities are going to include inventory recording, data validation, product research, and product listings. Let's touch a little bit more on the topics. And we'll start with inventory recording. So, you're going to be adding items to the Excel sheet that you receive photos or information for. Data validation is basically the process of making sure that all data for products are correct, such as shipping dimensions, weight, SKUs, and ensure that all the photos are uploaded and all the information on the listing is correct. Let's go to the next slide. So you're going to search for product listings. On the right hand side, I have provided you with websites that you would be referring to. Just slow that down. Transitions. Sorry, let me continue. All right, so like I was saying, on the right hand side, I've provided you with the websites that you need to use or that you'll most commonly use for creating product listings. So you're going to be researching all the item specifics that you don't have filled in, or you're going to be looking them up on Excel or in the photos. And these are also some websites to be referring to as well. So UPC Site Me or Barcode Lookup are only for looking up the MPN, the model name, or the brand name, or any other product identifiers, and not item specifics. Product identifiers and item specifics are two very different things that go hand in hand. So product identifiers include the brand, the barcode, which is the UPC, EAN, GTIN, ISBN, GS1, and don't worry about writing that down right now. You're going to see a lot more about it in a later slide. So the item specifics include the shape, size, color, dimensions, capacity, and things like that. So product listings would be listing my inventory that I have in stock and on hand on my eBay stores draft folder until I personally check them myself. You are not allowed to list anything live. It doesn't matter how long you work for me or anything like that. I just don't want you to list it. I will do it. And the next topic is about product searching. So you're going to learn how to search for items that are in my active and sold eBay items, how and what to use Terapeak for, how to search for my items on eBay or other websites, how to find an item on Google when it is not on eBay to locate a similar item, the same item, or the manufacturer's website. And so then you're also going to learn how to search through my active items right now, actually. So in order to search through my active items, follow these steps in order. And this only applies for eBay. When I want you to check if the SKU is on there, or I want you to update a product listing, or you're about to start a listing, you should always start with checking if it's on my active inventory log. So step 1, go to the active items list search bar. Step 2, filter the search to search within the title. No matter how much information you are given, you must start with only one word at a time and keep searching for the item one word at a time, like building up, because if you're getting too many results. Using one prominent keyword from the title of the products, go ahead and search for that product. So if you're given the description of Technique black cast iron pan, and I say, hey, Bob, whatever, is this item listed? And it's the Technique cast iron black pan. I'm so Bob would search for the word Technique, and then if he gets like 500 results, I want him to add the next part of the title. So first you would start with Technique and then try to type the word pan and then try to type cast iron. So the next thing would be, so first Technique, then the word pan, then the words cast iron, and then the very last thing you should even think about doing is the color. So let's say you get 500 results for Technique, and I'm not going to have you sit there searching through everything. The next thing you would add on to it is Technique pan. And then this is in the search box on eBay. Or let's do that right now, actually. You go to my eBay seller hub. You do not click here. You do not click here. Click out of that. You go to item title, search within the title, and you type in Technique. Oops. And you press enter. And so there's 14 results. That's not that bad. And I would go through that. But let's say these are too similar and I just don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking for. So let's type in Technique pan. Let's see what happens then. This is 14. And what happens whenever I type pan? All right. So I know that it's a black one. So this one looks kind of blackish. This one looks kind of blackish, and I'm not sure which one it is. So I would read the title. So Technique Preseason Cast Iron Barbecue Grill Pan. That one sounds like it. And then Technique Hard Anodized Nonstick. Hard Anodized is a material. Cast Iron is a material. That obviously tells me this must be the one. And I would grab this link by selecting this title, and I would right click, not left click, and I would press copy link address, and then I would paste it onto an Excel sheet. So here I would do Control V, and there it is. Now let's say I just want to get that title the way it looks. So I would press right click, copy. Okay. So when you press copy link address, it's going to take you to the actual link. Whenever you press the copy button, you get the title. You're going to save so much time if you just grab me the title instead of the product link. Because number one, this title, watch what it does when I click on it. Go straight to our product listing. See that? And then that's 403-873-317-508. Let's compare that to 403-873-317-508. Same exact thing. So either I'm going to tell you I want you to put the item number, the title of the product, the link to the product, the whether it's listed or not, and whether you didn't find it or not, or you're going to save yourself a bunch of time and not have to make those 5 categories, and you're going to just have to go for the quantity, the number, and then the this kind of a link where it's the just the copy button after selecting the title, not selecting the top where you're probably used to whenever you're grabbing the link. Don't do that. Do this, and you can't do this over here. You have to do this directly on Seller Hub. Now let's go to the next part of the PowerPoint. So we're going to click here, and we're going to go from current slide. And by the way, that's also how you pause it if you wanted to pause the PowerPoint. So on to the next step. Let's fast forward a little. Use one prominent word from the brand. Sorry, searching for technique. Search within the title and Seller Hub. The next one is Joan Rivers Classic Collection Lariat Bead Necklace Floral Design Convertible Multi Ways to Wear. If I give you that much information, I can almost guarantee you that that's probably not the title. I'm just describing the item to you. So the first thing that you would do, I really hope that you've already caught on what I'm going to do. It would be to search for, let's just build up that suspense. And it would be to search for this word right here, Joan, because that's only one word that is part of the brand name. All right. And look at that. None of these Joan Rivers items have the words Classics Collection in there because that just takes up too much space, and I would rather not even bother. So let's see. Joan Rivers Classics Collection Multi Ways to Wear Lariat Necklace. Let me see. Something about a flower too. Right there. Okay. Well, that's a lariat necklace. It's not necessarily in the title, and it should be, but I guess we're gonna learn how to revise a listing right now. If I ask you to update my titles that suck, so I'm gonna press edit right there. I never ever ever want to see NWT in my titles. Wait, I saw that somewhere. Where did I see that? NWT means new with tags. I never want to see that in my titles ever in my life. Right there. Oh my god. Okay, so you click on the listing, you have to press edit from the seller up. You don't have the revise listing button. Just ignore what I did and get over it. Okay, so this one is Joan Rivers Red, White, and Blue Patriotic. Okay, so red, white, and blue does not need to be in the beginning of the title. Control X space Control V. Another good keyword to include in this title would be Joan Rivers Patriotic Glass B Ornament. Patriotic hanging ornament. Like symbols in my titles. All right. So do you see what this just happened right here? eBay is actually item specifics for me. With the word decor is my brand. I put white as the thing. That's because whenever you come up with a search engine optimized title, it actually does that kind of a favor for you and gives you the keywords that you need to be using. So in your item specifics. So the better your title, the less work you will do overall. So this is considered home decor item, and I'm gonna go ahead and select my store category. I can't find anything that's still home decor-ish. I'm just gonna put it in random places. I know it's terrible, but I will add more categories later. Um, so color is whenever it's asking for the color, I want you to tell me what is the color that stands out to you the most. I would say it's probably blue. Um, collection is classics collection. So that's collection is like the model or the product line or whatever. So I would say blue for this one. There's blue right there. Origin is USA, obviously because of the. Don't ever forget to press that show more button. So it's a B. Um, don't ever write no for personalized. It's gift drop available upon request. Okay, the next thing is let's see what else is wrong with it. Features. Okay, it's decorative. It's embellished. It's handmade. Let's go to handmade. I want you to click everything. I want you to click everything that applies whenever you're going for a features box. It's animated. It doesn't have any attached items to it. Um, it is not felt. It is not etched, but it is engraved by the Joan Rivers. And then it's not light up. It is limited edition. Um, it is kind of retro. It is signed. It is vintage. It is stunning. It's not waterproof because of the paint and stuff. It's not scented. It's not musical. It's not quilted. It's not. Well, it is kind of metallic. Um, it is hanging. It is painted. It is designed. All right, there you go. I picked 14 options. All right, next is beautiful, except for that NWT, whatever. I'll just leave that. So that's what the price is that they sold it for. Next. All right, that's probably too low a weight. Next. eBay International Standard Delivery Global Shipping Program. You need to select that on everything. I'm waiting for. All right, calculated shipping. Next. Revise it. And guess what? I just finished item specifics for something that was so necessary to get done. Eventually, one day, I'm going to ask everybody to do the item specifics for all the product listings that are missing them. And there's 78 of them right now, just to kind of show you that. But let's go ahead and continue our PowerPoint. So you can read this on your own. I'm not going to read it to you anymore. If you were to be searching for the White Castle puzzle and the cheese and crackers tray, I would want you to do it on your own, first of all. And I'm on the wrong PowerPoint, I think. No, I'm not. So I would want you to try to search it on your own and stuff. But if you, let me see. There's 59 slides total, just to give you a heads up. Every time there's a video in here, I'm not going to continue making this video, and I'm just going to stop and have you go and watch that. I'm going to do this in maybe 4 videos total that I'm going to be splitting this video up into, just to give you a heads up. We're on slide number 10 right now. I literally want you to go to eBay, and if you don't have access to my store yet, I just want you to Google this. Watch. You go to Google like this, and you type in Annie's. My letter A doesn't work right now. Annie's spelling name. Annie's Antiques and Hard to Acquire. So it's really not that hard. Um, you don't need any of those underscores or anything. So I'm gonna take out the underscores just so you see no symbols or anything. I'll show you how it comes up on Google. Whoops, I typed it wrong. But that's my page right there, right there, right there. Okay, so I know this doesn't look like an eBay page and stuff, but actually, if you click on this um, advertisement, it's gonna actually go to my eBay store eventually. Or you could just click that website button and fast forward. Consignment is pretty much what I do. I sell things on other people's behalf, and that's what I'm advertising right there. Now, if you wanted to go and do that step, you would just Google my name, Annie's Antiques and Hard to Acquires. You would come here, and then you would search through this search box. This one right here, not this one up there. All right, that's how you complete that step. I'm not going to say the answers in here because you have to put the answers on your notes for the PowerPoint. All right, so let's go from current slide. It is time for now it's your turn to search for the White Castle puzzle and for the cheese and crackers tray. Write the answers for a step-by-step process of what you did, but what you would do to find these two items within my active inventory, what you did, and the product links if you found the answer. So I want all of that. How to list. Using sell similar for my inventory, using sell similar by copying another seller's listing from scratch and in bulk. And I forgot to put variation listings in here. But yeah, those are the things that we're going to be talking about later. Now let's talk about 7 components of a perfect product listing title. Title, photos, item specifics, description plus condition description, shipping, price, and return policy. Those are the 7 components, and I'm going to get more into them right now. So the 7 components, once again, title, photos, item specifics, condition description, price, shipping price, and return policy. Section 1 is title. Is it in my format? Don't worry about the slide 11 thing, but there's a slide for that. Do you have the correct number of character count of 70 to 80 characters with a goal of 75 characters? Did the first letter of every word in my title get capitalized? Are you avoiding filler words? Are you avoiding talking about your feelings in the title? Next is about the photos. Did you upload all of my photos that I provided you? For brand new items, you are allowed to search for the manufacturer's photos, but you still have to put mine. Did you use the best looking photo with the cover shot or first image as the very first image that's in the product listing, or did you use a super zoomed in photo that is not clearly showing the item? 45-degree angle of the product is probably the best way to go about it. And if you don't think that you have the photos, then you don't touch that item. That's all there is to it. You shouldn't be listing anything with weird photos or zoomed in photos or whatever. If you haven't found all the photos, then don't touch the listing. Item specifics. All required and recommended item specifics sections on eBay are required by Annie. Basically, let me put it to you this way. Every single detail on that listing got filled out by me previously when I was revising that ornaments, right? That's because every single item specific is required by me. Now, if you're not going to be completing that, you're not going to be getting the full payment for the product listings. We'll talk about the payments and stuff and how all that works in a separate video, or you'll just see my notes for it. So you must fill in all of the details you possibly can by using the photos you have, the words you have, or your common sense. Utilize the manufacturer's site, Amazon, Google, or other eBay listings. Other eBay listings should be the very last option. And now let's talk about the description and the condition description. These are 2 sections. These are 2 different sections. So your description box must include your product title and then everything else spilled off into the description box that you can fit into the title that covers the Word document that you can read right after you finish this PowerPoint presentation. The next thing is the condition description. You just talk about the condition of the item, like does it have it's a watch? Does it have a dead battery? It's a bracelet. Does it have a broken clasp? It's a item that typically comes in a box. And is the box not there? Is it an open box? Whatever. If I don't tell you what condition it's in and I say that it's used, that means you just write good condition and call it a day, or you just go base it off of the photos, and hopefully you can tell whether or not an item looks like it's broken or something, or it's in pieces or whatever. And if you can't, we'll have to have a separate conversation about that. Next is the shipping policy and the price. International equals no returns, no exceptions, no refunds. Domestic is 30-day returns. Buyer pays for the return shipping, and return and replacement is unfortunately available. I don't like getting returns, and that's why I am pressuring everybody to go ahead and be as honest and accurate as possible the first time around, so I don't have to deal with the headache of a return. If you're not honest in the listing, I'm going to end up getting a return, and if it costs me, then I'm going to deduct it from your pay if it was sincerely a mistake that could have been avoided. Because if you don't ask questions, you'll never know the answers. And if you ask me for the answers, you'll never get them. If you ask me how you can get the answers, you will always get that help. My return policy and refund policy would we always require I always require immediate payment on the listings, and then it's 2-day handling time. How to create the perfect listing. So the video will start on its own.
Hello, sellers. I'm Harry Temkin, Vice President of Seller Experience here at eBay. And my team is responsible for building all the selling tools on the platform that help you manage your listings, increase your sales, and grow your Monica Gamboa. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
So I've been selling on eBay for almost 20
Awesome.
years, full-time, almost 10 years. So I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you
for
very much.
inviting me.
So today we're here to talk about the perfect listing. This is really important because with over 1.3 billion listings on the platform, you really want to have your listing stand out.
Absolutely.
So there are 4 key elements to the perfect listing: your title, how you describe your listing in more detail, or what we call item specifics, photo quality, and finally price.
So a perfect listing is really important because we want to make sure we have the right buyer to the right product.
Oh. Uh-oh. So if it starts doing that, press escape. And let me fix that. Transitions. Okay, I'll do the rest later. That's pretty much how you fix it, though. I'm sorry, I fucked it up. So we're on slide number 16 right now. Just to give you a heads up for your notes. Again, this is how to create the perfect listing.
Hello, sellers. I'm Harry Temkin, Vice President of Seller Experience here at eBay. And my team is your title, how you describe your listing in more detail, or what we call item specifics, photo quality, and finally
Don't write
price.
anything about
So a perfect listing is really important.
Don't write anything about photos. Just put all of my photos in there and call it a date. That's it. Okay? Put it the way I said it. The best one at the cover shot.